Two men have been charged with burglary after one of Banksy's famous paintings, Girl with a Balloon, was stolen from a London gallery. The artwork is worth an estimated £270,000 and it was taken from the Grove Gallery on Sunday morning. It has now been returned, though. I'm joined now by Rachel Venables to talk about this. And, look, Rachel, it's a shame to say that Banksy artworks being nicked, whether it's a whole wall or a satellite dish, is not particularly unusual, but one that was in a gallery, now that's something else.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to bear in mind, of course, that Banksy is a street artist, but he has become so popular, so famous over the years, largely because of the quality of his work, that rebellious streak, but also just the allure of his anonymity, that these pieces don't stay safe, certainly on the street, for very long. And you're right, we have seen a number of instances recently where pieces which were left on street furniture were then taken quite quickly. But what makes this unique is, you're absolutely right, it took place at a gallery, the gallery that's just behind me here, Grove Gallery in Westminster. Now, we know an investigation was launched by the Metropolitan Police after this burglary, which happened here on New Cavendish Street, West London, at around 11 o'clock on Sunday night. We've seen CCTV footage taken from inside the gallery that shows an individual with something like a hammer repeatedly smashing over and over again at that reinforced glass. It takes many seconds, maybe just under a minute, for them to finally break their way through, get into the building itself, and then very quickly going up to one particular painting, Girl with Balloon, taking it under this individual's arm and then coming back out of the door. I think we can see this footage, of course, now. The picture itself was a signed limited edition print from Banksy, worth around £250,000. It sold around £270,000. It was the only item stolen, but almost remarkably, within a matter of days, it was recovered by the police and returned to this gallery. I've seen it here myself today, been looking at it. It is still now in that zip-locked, almost, police evidence bag. Now, two men have been charged with burglary after this painting was stolen. Fraser of Evelyn Road in Beckton, East London, and another individual, both of them bailed ahead of a hearing at Kingston Crown Court on the 9th of October. So two individuals, one in their 40s, one in their 50s. Of course, we know another version of this painting, The Girl with the Balloon, hit the headlines in 2018 when it partially self-destructed at the conclusion of an auction in which it had sold for around £1 million. And then it ended up being worth much more money, which goes to tell you, I think, in some instances, the way that these paintings, these pictures of his end up becoming more of a story in itself. And actually, the gallery here believe that this painting, this picture, will now be worth much more money. But as I've mentioned already, two men we know have been charged in connection with this. Larry Fraser, 47, and James Love, who's 53, charged with non-residential burglary, and they have been remanded in police custody ahead of a later appearing in court next month.